last attempt. This is my last attempt to really try this, though. I'm just gonna. All right, so I'm on here, and I don't know what to do with it. What do you do with this thing? So we're at. I don't really have that much to. I'll send it to Facebook. Why not? So as I said, all right. So as I'm back on here now, I got a couple viewers this time. So I actually got more people just by not putting anything crazy on there. So today is Saturday night, and this is the last weekend before Halloween. Um, I'm just getting up here to get my Pepsi out, and we'll see where the shares go. So tonight, like I said, I had a little thing going on. I'm tired tonight, but I couldn't get out tonight. But I would kind of like just to talk about a couple things, more about Delco things, I guess, as I evaluate my situation here. Apparently tonight there was a trunk or treat going on in Prospect Park. So that's pretty big. But then you had obviously got Yankees and Dodgers tonight. That's something going on. But as I put the reel up, I would like to talk about. I don't really know what I want to talk about tonight. I guess I would just talk about the upcoming election, and I don't know. How do you do that? Alright, let's do this. I don't know how you do it, man. Creator tool, start a poll. I don't know. I can't really tag anybody because I don't really have anybody to really look at on here as far as that goes. I'm just trying to get some live feed going. But obviously the election is roughly a week and a half away, so things are starting to heat up. I honestly think that Donald Trump is actually pretty much the fan favorite to win this thing. And he should, because he's got the best with foreign policy. As I've said before, he's got the numbers versus everybody else. But it's gonna be a dogfight. It always is, and hopefully it works out for Trump. But I don't know if it's really gonna happen. Like I said, also tonight, I don't know what the hell's going on. I guess nobody's really watching tonight, huh? I usually get a couple views by now. I got 3 views. There you go. Maybe 3 people are actually looking at this now. Just keep it going. Get the retention going. I feel like it builds up after about 3 to 4 minutes. You start to get them. Like tonight there's some college football games going. Um, you know, like I said, there's a lot of games that were on earlier. I don't really want to keep going over what I was looking at, but college football is really heating up a little bit. Like I said before, a lot of games that went on today. Right now, Miami's up 17-7 on Florida State. Miami Hurricanes #6 in all the land, as they probably should be. Now I get all the numbers here. All right, so Kansas is over Kansas State. 7-0 SMU and Duke. Duke is actually up 7-0 SMU. SMU #2 in all the land. Notre Dame really handled business today. But you know what? The thing with Notre Dame that kills me is that Notre Dame doesn't have a hard schedule. They don't play anybody. They stay independent. And I always say this every year. They can go and undefeated, but I'm like, against every team that they played, the schedule doesn't line up. Even Oregon's schedule, as much as people are got them at #1 right now, Oregon doesn't really play a lot of tough teams. If you look at it that way, Oregon Ducks do not look at. They don't play a tough team. So for them to be #1 right now, it's only because they're 8-0. First time they lose, they probably are going to drop to like #20. And in all honesty, they handle business today against Illinois at home. I mean, that's not really handling anything, in my opinion. Virginia Tech beat Georgia Tech today, non-ranked teams. North Carolina over Virginia. Charlotte, Memphis, Tulane, 45 over North Texas, Temple, East Carolina. Temple Owls are not a good football team. They always get exposed every time they play out there. Alabama, number 15. But does Alabama have 2 losses already or something? Yep, 2 losses. That's not shocking that Alabama's got 2 losses, though. I think this is what the thing, the NIL money that everybody's getting now, it's taking a toll on college teams. People can pretty much transfer like every year and go to another college, and it opens it up for being paid that way. So I don't even know how much the money payouts are, but like it's crazy. Like, could you imagine some of the players that played in the NFL, they played in college, and got paid back in the '90s and 2000s? How different would that be? You know what I mean? Like, it's just right now to do that and pay them is. I mean, I'm not gonna say not to pay them, I guess, but at the same time, it's a little over the top. So now you got a guy that could go to Alabama or transfer to Colorado or go from Colorado to like Oregon. It opens up a whole gate of craziness, in my opinion. I don't really personally think that it's going to be great for things, but they're going to keep it that way. Baylor won, but what's Baylor's record? 4-4. See, Oklahoma State. Neither one of them teams can go anywhere. TCU, Texas Tech. What's their records? TCU is 5-3. They're there. That's not bad. I mean, that's not really off the radar here. I haven't even got one comment in the comments yet. Texas beat Vanderbilt. I mean, they probably should have Bone Thugs and Harmony? Yes. I mean, let's talk about Bone Thugs and Harmony. Bone Thugs and Harmony in the 90s, when I used to listen to them on cassette tapes, Bone Thugs and Harmony was probably one of the best hip hop groups of all time. Next to, I'd probably say Wu Tang is like right next to them, though. Like the Wu Tang Clan and Bone Thugs and Harmony as a group, they were the top two, of all time, in my opinion. And then you probably throw Onyx in there, Naughty by Nature, guys like that. A lot of New Yorkers love them both. Yeah, I mean that's what I was saying. Like you definitely, as far as bands, they were probably some of the best. Bone Thugs and Harmony. Let me tell you something. I don't really drop. I haven't done any freestyling. I haven't rapped in a while. But, if I went back to it, I kind of would mimic a little bit of Bone Thugs and Harmony because you know what? The way that they synchronized their music and with the fast rapping and made it sound harmony, the lyrics, yeah, it was great. East 1999 Eternal. If you listen to that entire album from 95, every song was good. Mr. Ouija, no shorts, no losses. There was a lot, Mr. Bill Collector. There was a lot on that album. I could probably name them right off the top of the key, and just say that they're very good. Bone Thugs, even Creeping on the Comet was a good album, but like East 1999, Eternal, Myself, that was right after Easy passing. But that really put them on the map, and they were really good. Now I know there's this guy Kid Cudi that everybody loves now. I'm not a new age guy. I hear it when I at work, but I'm not that impressed with it, to be honest with you. I don't think it's really anything impressive. Bone Thugs and Harmony, when they did it good, and they were legit at what they did, and nothing but respect for Bone Thugs and Harmony, Busy Bone, Wishbone, Lazy, and Flesh, and Wish. There were 5 guys. They just went out and did it, and they paved the way for hip hop. Poison, what it is, yeah. New stuff. Yeah, new stuff is, there's not any. I can't name any hip hop artist, a recent hip hop artist out there today that I can think is even like great. I mean, there's none. If people, hello from Chile, I can't. I mean, this new age, like somebody tried to explain to me the difference between hip hop and trap music, and I can't figure any of this out. This is something that people have made up in their mind that there's two sets of hip hop. There's hip hop and then there's trap music. I don't get the whole situation. Like I'm 42 years old, and I can tell you right now, there's no such thing as that. Yeah, like trap. Yeah, Diddy. Nah, Diddy was terrible. I mean, honestly, and I look back at it with a lot of the albums that he dropped. He was always in the videos, always talking in the background. Diddy wanted the power along with the money. He did. And then when it all ran out, he ran off. There's rap and hip hop. I thought rap and hip hop were the same, honestly. But you can, if, I don't know, like if you can explain to me what, I mean, they said seems the same to me. I don't know how you define them different. You know, I don't see how it's differently defined. Um, I mean, the one, honestly, in my opinion, you know, to me, Tupac always was like the guy. If he, like I said, I think I might have said this in the last video. I said, you get any Tupac song and just you still feel the relevancy of his lyrics today. You know what I mean? Like any hip hop artist, like DMX, yeah, exactly. DMX is right there too. DMX is another one. Rap is more ghetto gangster, more rhythm and beat. Yeah, yeah. I could see it being that way. Yeah, changes. Tupac changes. Yeah, the song changes was really good. Although I think that was a remake of something. I don't think that was an actual thing. But DMX, I remember, and that's another good album. It's Dark and Hell is Hot by DMX, his first album. That was another one where like maybe one song or two songs that weren't that great, but it's an album you could just listen to and it was just good. You know what I mean? Yeah, like Tupac rapped. He just went. He went right off the top and usually went at it. Eminem, I guess, would be considered a rapper, right? I don't believe in Eminem's political views. I really hate his political views. But far as a rapper, Eminem's definitely up there. He really just gets it and he goes to it. He doesn't even hold back. You know what I mean? As today's era, they think like people are always telling me Kanye West is a great rapper, and I'm like, Kanye ain't really all that to me. Kanye West was a cash cow. He just says what he thought was on his mind, and people blew it up and made him more famous. People made me famous, but the realistically, he can't compete with like guys from the '90s, and it's not even like a thing. Like I don't even see how people can put that in there. Like people talk about Drake like he's good. Yeah, slow jams were better than a lot of hip hop. I mean, right now, honestly, I think dance music is to me techno dance music in today's year is very good, but you have more to work with. You know what I mean? I do like some of the dance mixes out there; they're good, but they're not anything compared to you know. I mean, in the '90s they were good too, but you know what I mean? Like I can't put hip hop and rappers and stuff like that anywhere. Like if we talk about somebody today, like I don't even know half of the people you're talking about. Like if you're telling me that Sexy Red and what's her name, Ice Spice and all them are good, and I'm like, I don't think so. They don't have nothing on it. They don't. It's people just get on there and they get on. Um, I agree for the most part. Yeah, I'm saying Nas is right there too. Nas, I mean, Eminem and Nas would probably be very close. Nas is more, his music is more intelligent than Eminem's. Eminem's is just an off the, a breakdown rap versus Nas's is more intellectual with upstairs. But really, if you think about it, I mean, it is, and like people like the RZA can come up with some stuff, but people don't. They slept on the RZA. You know, what I mean, like the RZA, I think he may have invented Wu Tang. You can't really take away from the RZA. Nas is superiorly better than the RZA when it comes to rapping, but the RZA had a lot of intelligence in there too. You know, even like guys like Capadonna, Method Man. Don't forget Meth. Method Man, Method Man still, you got to put Method Man up in there in that top 20. Maybe even the top 15, honestly. People are always telling me Jay-Z. I'm like, Jay-Z's a copywriter. Jay-Z just try to steal everything. And that's always how Jay-Z's going to be. You know what I mean? He made his millions off of marketing and seeing how many copyrights he could take away from people. If that song was theirs, he wanted to take it for himself. Cameron even put him on blast on a couple of it on his podcast. And I don't blame him. You know what I mean? Like, where did he go? That he just all of a sudden disappeared off the face of the earth. You know what I mean? And Cameron still kind of just like, yeah, doing his thing. Like Cameron's there. I mean, I'm not thinking Cameron's great, like, but I'd say like late, late 18, 19, 20. He could probably be in there. Mace, I always questioned. People say Mace is great, but I mean, at the same time, what I was always thinking is, like with Bad Boy, like, did Bad Boy make him? You know what I mean? And he's still sour. And I get the thing with the money and Diddy and all that. At the same time, man, he disappeared for like 6 years. Mace was okay. He was okay. I'm not gonna say he was trash. I'm not gonna say he was great. He's probably a little bit over average. Um, but Mace has always tried to make a name for himself of being like a thug, and I don't really think he's a thug at all. Like, and that's like kind of like puts him down on that end. Children of the Corn, Cameron Mace, Big L. Yeah, Big L. Yeah, you could bring Big L into the picture. Don't and actually another guy. And people are talking he's been dead for 20 years is Big Pun. Don't ever sleep on Big Pun. No, Big Pun. Big Pun could go. Dead in the middle of little Italy, did no man didn't do diddly. And maybe not in those words, but you know, Big Pun. I don't know. Like if Big Pun was still alive and he was still dropping music today, he would destroy most every one of these rappers out here, including the hero Meek Mill that everybody talks about. Meek Mill is a great rapper, which he's really not. Meek Mill's a Philly favorite, so that's why everybody does it. Mm, I don't know. I don't know about that, but we'll see. Big Pun had some good ones. Like I'd have to listen to everything Big L has. I've listened to a little bit. I don't really because he passed away so quick too. Just like Pun's like I had to sit down and listen to that to kind of be a judge on that. But as of right now, if he went with the songs I know versus with Big Pun's, I would say no, that's not true. But you know what I mean? I don't want to really speculate. But I know Big Pun had a lot of good hits. Fat Joe and Big Pun were like the Cuban Links. They were just like there. But they were later on, just like G Unit. Nowadays you don't really have any of that. You have all this like trap music and all this stuff, and like I don't even understand it, man. People are listening to them like, dude, you might as well just turn your radio off, dude. You know what I mean? Like kids today listen to it and they think that's what it is. It's like I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. Everybody goes with a motherfucking yeah, ah. But no, so yeah. Yeah, I mean, Big Pun was it. Do the Macarena. Dude, I don't know what. Them bacon. What are you baking? Kevin Bacon? Footloose? That was a good movie, Footloose. But yeah, I get it. Yeah, like when I talk about hip hop, you know what I mean? Like that's what I did. I would grow up to that. And, the Locks were good too. The Locks are even still dropping albums today. Like the Locks, I'd say, yeah, put them in there. Locks. They did their thing. Yeah, like no one's gonna beat him in a battle. Like some people were telling me some nonsense about how MGK won the battle, and I'm like, MGK. Yeah, so was I. I mean, MGK had no, he can't compete with Eminem. I don't even know where, like, people are talking about, like, there's people that actually believe MGK is good. I'm like, nah, dude. MGK, he's a panderer. He just wanted to be famous, so he had to use Eminem's name to become famous. That's all he was really trying to be about. You know what I mean? Like, he didn't do it really because he was trying to be with Eminem, I don't think. I think he was just doing it to try to be famous. He used Eminem as a staple. I really believe that. Because you know what? If he really in his mind thinks that he ever compete with Eminem, even now, it just doesn't work. Eminem has already proven himself. Like when I seen Benzino when he went over to yeah. I mean, I seen when Ray Benzino made another battle rap 20 years later trying to be relevant. I know because he was hanging out with celebrity boxing and Damon and he was talking about how he wants to battle Eminem in the ring or 50 Cent in the ring. I'm like, 50 Cent and Eminem ain't gonna waste their time on some washed up guy that owned the Source magazine. Which that's and I said it straight on the IG live and he just was quiet. He finds every reason to try to pick on Eminem for whatever reason, Benzino, and he's really irrelevant. Nah, I haven't smoked in a long time. I've been retired for a while. A lot of the guys I work with, they do that, but what I mean, those days are over for me. To be honest with you, if I ever did go back for one day, I'd probably go to the studio do something myself. I've thought of that recently, just because my mom passed away, but we'll see where I go with it. You know, I don't know what I really want to do as far as that, but but yeah, like I said with Eminem, like Eminem kind of just as much as I don't like his political views, I understand it from a hip hop artist. He does have everything that it's built out to do. So he really goes at it and does his thing. You know what I mean? I know. I remember back when I was like in my 20s and like I would get patted down for a misdemeanor, you know, um, which I think most of the time it was only a misdemeanor anyway. And people were just doing it like that. But I don't know. Yeah, and I had a couple last night. I stopped in a bar around Delaware County and had some. Um, Maybe a couple pretzels, but that's about it. I didn't have really, I haven't really been out. I was gonna go to this event tonight with my tire pop, so that changed everything. So I had to do some other stuff, and you know, that's what I was doing. That's kind of crazy. There ain't nobody really on here tonight. Some nights, yeah. I mean, after a while, when you get to a certain age, you don't really want to keep doing it. You know what I mean? You just want to change your life and make it better. That's what I'm trying to do. I mean, I think about it. I thought about doing celebrity boxing. I thought about doing the boxing. I don't know if I'm going to do it or not. But I was entertaining a thought of maybe going in there. But I also am thinking about doing some hip hop. Maybe getting a couple songs out on what's that? The one that I have stock in, Spotify. That may or may not happen. I might put something out, but we'll see where we're at down the road. I'm just not really gonna go into. I'm gonna think about it and see if I get time to do it. Maybe drop something off. Am I famous? No. I mean, a lot of people in Delaware County know me, but I don't ever want to consider myself famous. I just want to be a guy known. I just want to be like a businessman. Me being a businessman, going out, just trying to perform, doing whatever. Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. It's I'm not famous. I met a couple people, but I'm not famous. To be famous, I have to have an Instagram with like 1 million followers. Apparently, that's what it is. Not bought followers either, because I know there's people out there that do that and then claim to be 1 million followers. No, I mean I met a couple ex NFL players. I mean it's not. That's not fame. I mean, I met Jeremy Jackson from Baywatch one time. I met Tyrone Bro. I didn't really talk to Brody, but I met Tyrone before. He's not really famous. He's just more YouTube famous. It's like there were more YouTubers, you know. I never really met anyone famous. Um, it costs money too. I know Baywatch. I know wishy washy toilet time. I don't know what that means. Axel Foley. But yeah, no, I mean, I haven't really met too many people. Actually Jeremy Jackson right now. I think he's trying to do like one of them Survivor things out there. He's like dressed up like Fred Flintstone in his videos and stuff on Instagram. It's kind of funny. It's called Jeremy Jackson Fitness. It's kind of funny, real funny though, you know. But hey, you know, he can do what he wants, you know. He's doing his thing out there. I haven't really talked to anyone. I do want to get some things going. Like I want to get a YouTube channel where I'm like interviewing people and doing some things and try to get something going. Did you? Lil Wayne. You know, honestly, Lil Wayne, quietly, he'd probably be a cool dude to hang with. I don't think he's a great rapper. He's a definitely above average rapper. He's like an all around guy. But like just watching like his videos, the way he responds to things is kind of funny. He is funny to watch, like just the responses that he gives. But his list of rappers sometimes is a little. I would question some of his rapper best of all time rapper list. I don't know if that's all true. I hope he didn't throw Drake in there because Drake is not that great. Drake's like a fan favorite for everybody else. I remember when Drake was a nobody, so it's like I don't think he is. Yeah, yeah. I mean, he's a little bit above average. But you got to remember, you got to go back to the 80s, 90s, 2000s, everything. You know what I mean? Like, I can't put him in that high ceiling like everybody. People are doing it because of his relevance today. They're not doing it all time. That's what I do. You know what I mean? I don't just, you know, I'm not, it's not disrespectful. Like, if it was out of a 10 as a rapper, in my opinion, I'm giving him probably 7.5, 8. And that's pretty high. You know what I mean? You know, but I can't put him as elite. I mean, I still remember he was with Cash Money Records. I didn't know what they were even wearing. And I listened to them like these guys ain't gonna last, but they lasted. You know, like Birdman and you know BG and you know Juvenile. Honestly, Juvenile wasn't bad. He was pretty good. Actually, Juvenile had, you know, quietly Juvenile was pretty good. You know what I mean, like he was pretty good. Carter 3, yeah, but you know what I mean, like I don't. That's more this year. Like I've listened to some of the songs; they're good. Some, you know, I'm not saying he's bad, but like I can't put him in that plateau. You know, I just won't do it. And nothing against the dude. You know, he's my age actually. Like I think he's 41, 31. Um, yeah, I mean, definitely in the top five. Top 3 to 5, yeah. I mean, I don't know if Eminem was relevant in that period too. I think Eminem wasn't even really relevant at that point, so like that's hard to say. You know, then Drake kind of came in there, and people made him to be bigger than what he is. I think he's the biggest clown on the planet. You know, the Kendrick Lamar. I don't know much about him. People say he's great. I don't know. There ain't nothing impressive unless your lyrics really like your music and your lyrics impress me. I can't really put you in a plateau. You know, Jada Kiss, another guy. Jada is very good. Jada, out of a 10, I'm probably gonna give Jada like a 9, 9.5. You know what I mean? Because Jada Kiss has got it. He has it, and don't tell me you don't. You know, like if I had a choice between Lil Wayne or Jada Kiss, I'm gonna take Jada Kiss, and it's not just because he's from New York either. It's just he's very good at it. You know what I mean? Um, but like those are the kind of conversations like if I ever got on something like a Drink Champs, which I won't. I'm not famous, but I would put my list out there, what I believe in. You know, sometimes they put some crazy questions on Drink Champs for people, like some like Ice Cube and stuff. Like you say, they're gonna make a choice which one's which. So it, you know, like the Warren G interview was kind of crazy. Um, but yeah, they did it, man. You know. Um, but that's really where I would take it at. Oh man. But yeah, I miss the old hip hop. Like I was thinking about today, I was listening to Wu Tang. I'm like, Wu Tang was on point. Wu Tang Clan was on point too. You know, Bone Thugs was there, and then it was Wu Tang. Wu Tang was just on point. Um, the RZA, Method Man, a couple people came in it. It was good. I kind of wish hip hop was kind of like that this year, but it ain't. They're too busy with their trap music. They got some stuff that I can't even listen to, man. I don't even really mess with it, to be honest with you. But you know, that's kind of like my whole opinionation on that stuff. Like I thought about getting back in the studio and I mean drop something. I think maybe it's time for me to make a comeback because I've been lost in the sauce for a long time around here. I think a lot of people forgot I exist. And the new era doesn't really know who I am. So it's like I'm 42, but I'm still around. I still try to want to stay relevant in life. Like, I mean, I don't know if YouTube's ever going to get me to that level. Like, I have 200,000 views, which ain't bad, I don't think, for like 3 years. And really, only like two of them I didn't even do it until like the last year, just trying to make videos. I already got my next short coming up that I'm going to put up in a little bit, but you know, we'll see where we go with it. I'm just trying to sit back in the cut and watch it, and we'll see where it becomes. But anyway, I don't think I'm gonna stay on too much longer. I hope everybody's on here. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button for my page. Like I said, I'm still working on getting some time so I could go out and get a real good YouTube experience with like a real live feed where I'm doing something and putting some kind of demographic together here for people to understand. And we're gonna get there. It's just a matter of figuring out. But you can always find me on Instagram, the X Man promotion page, and we'll see where we're at. I'm a little too tired to be doing all that tonight. I just figured I would get on here tonight and talk to a couple people, see how things are going. Halloween's right around the corner. Then Thanksgiving. This is going to be the first Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas without my mother. So it's a different world for me. So I'm not the same X Man that everybody knows. But I'm trying to get back to that level. That's what I'm trying to get on YouTube, reach out, trying to make some platforms, build a bridge here. And, we'll see where we're at. Like I said, and we talk about whatever for the most part within the guidelines of YouTube. I don't want to be kicked off here for anything dumb. So, anyway, I'm going to get off now. Maybe I'll get on tomorrow night. Tomorrow morning, I'm probably going to do an NFL breakdown on here early, I think, before I go do my laundry. I might do this NFL breakdown. I'm not gonna do it tonight because this one's kind of like been like just to get on here to see where we're at and everything. But I would say this, if you're in Delaware County, and it's a place in Pennsylvania, it's close to 95. One bar that I would say if you do drink and you go to a bar, it would be Dolan's Bar in Ridley Park. Amazing place. PJ's a great guy, a great host. He's got a great bar there. It's a very small dive bar, but it's the most Delco dive bar in Delaware County. And if people don't understand what the most Delco is apparently Delco's a way of life. I mean, that's what they've said. And, he's always got something good working at Dolan's Bar, Ridley Park. It's 24 East Sellers Avenue in Ridley Park. So if you want to go there, feel free to do it. Also, if you want to check out X Rumble and Celebrity Boxing, feel free to find their YouTube page and their Instagram page. You won't be disappointed. X Rumble Celebrity Boxing. Also, another one you want to try out is Bare Knuckle Boxing, another page to follow. I think they have 1 million followers too. Both Dave and Damon work hard every single day of their life to keep providing this service of celebrityism slash hand-to-hand combat, and they do a very good job, and they're all over the United States. Great dudes. They came from the bottom and came all the way up, and I'm always impressed every day by them. They're good friends of mine, and I hope they keep plugging away at it because you know what? It's. I'm actually proud to be a guy from Delco that know both of them. Not Dave as much, but Damon. And know that they continue to keep pushing and keep making movements and keep getting retention rates, and they are famous. They are the ones that are famous. I'm just a guy in the background that's always been around here, but I've always been high admiration of that. Also, there's another good friend of mine, Kevin. He's a big part and pretty much the I guess he was a co-owner of the Big Dill Pickle Party. Great, amazing stuff. Check out their Instagram page, the Big Dill Philadelphia, I think it's called. Instagram, they got a lot of followers. I think they got like 500,000 actually. I think. Um, they're gonna have two, maybe three events next year. I think Texas, Baltimore, and another one. So, check them out. Also, if you're in Philadelphia and you're down 1100 Patterson Avenue, Xfinity Live, another great place to go. 5 bars, lots of events. It's right next to all the Philadelphia stadiums. So if anybody's around Philadelphia and they're not from around here, stop at Xfinity Live, 1100 Patterson Avenue. Um, you'd be impressed. You'd be impressed. So anyway, I'm gonna get off here. X-Men out for now. I'll get back on tomorrow for my NFL previews.